Hi, guys. I wanted to make a little series that was just chatting about life and common things that I think we all experience, or just telling my own personal life stories because it might be helpful or relatable. I don't know. I realized after filming that video that the autofocus is going wild throughout the whole thing, so I'm sorry if you find it distracting. I'll have it better next time. I've always been a visual person, so something like making a podcast was never really an avenue that I saw for myself. And frankly, I don't really listen to podcasts because I have the attention span of a fly. So I thought it would be weird to make a podcast if I don't listen to them. So I wanted to make something that was a little bit shorter and just more video based because that's the stuff that I watch and enjoy. Hi, Casper. I just kind of wanted to do something that I could integrate into my normal content and just have it be kind of like chill and relaxed. And yeah, I love to talk. So I wanted to take this first kind of episode and just talk about something that I have been dealing with for the past like month and a half. And that is the complete absence of a social battery. I haven't wanted to go out in so long, and the idea of even just trying to hold a conversation seems absolutely exhausting. For the majority of the month of July and pretty much most of August, I think I was going out 5 days of the 7 in a week. I had spent so much time by myself when I first moved to LA that getting thrown into a social bender like that was just out of the ordinary for me. And it was something that I haven't done in a long time. I was stuck in this process of just going out, waking up hungover, going out again, waking up hungover, trying to figure out what I was going to do with my day, going to an event, then waking up hungover. Like, it was so much. And I was constantly surrounded by people, and I got to a point where I just felt like I couldn't think straight anymore. And I was meeting so many people and experiencing so many things. And I'm grateful for that. But I just felt like it was going to come to a big crash at the end. And it did. During that time of just going out all the time, I felt like I was struggling so hard in my work areas. I felt like I wasn't making any new ideas and I wasn't being productive. I was trying to find the easy way out on a lot of things, just for my day to day work stuff. And I was getting really mad at myself. And I thought that the social side of my life was the reason for all of that decline. Once I started kind of being hard on myself in regard to how much work I was doing and how good the work was, I started losing value in myself. And I know that's a terrible mindset and it's something that I'm working on, but I had just gotten to a point where I was like, you are not doing anything that you're proud of, therefore you suck. And that was terrible. I've always been a all or nothing person for as long as I can remember. I take things in big doses, and since I moved to LA, I go through these phases of wanting to be super social for weeks on end and then not wanting to see anybody. And I think it's human and it's normal, but it's really frustrating not being able to find the balance in the middle of those. For me as well, I was also putting a lot of pressure on going out in the sense of development and progressing my career through making connections and networking and just meeting other creatives in the field. LA is one of those cities where you never know who you're going to meet and what's going to happen next. I would make connections here and there and I would meet new people, and that was good and stuff, but I wasn't finding this thing that I was looking for, but I didn't know what that thing was. So I just kept going out in search of this unnamed thing. I guess I just was waiting for something to come to me, but I didn't know what that thing was. Finally, August came around and I hit a wall. I knew that I was not going to leave my house for a little bit. I became content staying in every night and saying no to plans. And that's kind of where I'm still at right now. I just wanted to watch my shows and play my games and crochet. My friends would ask me to do things and I would politely decline because I felt like I wasn't even going to have a good time if I went. I would think about what my night would look like staying in, and then I would think about what my night would look like going out, and staying in always sounded better. And it still does. I mean, look at me. I'm literally in my bed doing this right now. I think also part of it might be the season. It is now October, and so I'm in this mindset of wanting to do all things cozy, and going to a bar or a club or a house party or an event just never sounds good. I don't know how to find that balance or how to get myself back into doing those things. I think that naturally I will want to go out again. I just don't want it to be that all or nothing mentality anymore. I want to find the happy middle of that. I want to be productive during the week and then be able to have fun on the weekends without feeling guilty or feeling like it's subtracting from my work or the quality of my work, you know? It's weird looking back on college because I had that balance. I was living with my friends and we would be productive and do our schoolwork during the week. And then when the weekend came around, we would go out Thursday through Saturday and have fun and not worry about our responsibilities for the upcoming week. But here, I swear to God, there is something going on every single night. So if you have it in you or you have extreme FOMO, you could go out for months and never be at a loss for plans. It is crazy to me. I mean, people are doing things Monday through Sunday. I've been invited to clubs and parties on a Sunday at like 2 p.m. What are we doing? I, like, what is that? Once I get in that cycle of wanting to go out, I don't know how to say no to things. So I'll just go and then reap the consequences the next day. You know, recently I have been feeling guilty for either canceling on plans or saying no to things. And I feel like I'm becoming that person that people don't even ask to hang out because they know that the answer is going to be no, which sucks. But I've also just been in this bubble. So when I first hit the wall, I was content with saying no, and I felt fine because I was just like, I'm protecting my peace and I'm setting boundaries and I'm taking the time that I need to be alone. But that doesn't mean being alone for an entire month straight, not making any social interactions. I think the only time that I went out and did something like an event in the past month of September was when I went to Halloween Horror Nights, and that was it. But I really wanted to go, and it felt like it aligned with my cozy plans for the month. So I think I just wanted control over my work and just my overall headspace. I knew that if I went to bed at 11 p.m. every night, I would wake up and be able to do all the things on my to do list and feel refreshed each day, which I think is good. Don't get me wrong. I am all for getting the appropriate amount of sleep that you need. But I think with everything, again, balance is important. I also think it's good just for me to learn how to be productive in the chaos. And I think that's something that I'm learning just being a perfectionist. I like things done a certain way. And I'm really big on like productive, hardcore days. Like, I love waking up at 7, getting a crap ton of caffeine in my system, and just going to town on my work. And I feel accomplished at the end of the day. But that has become hard for me now because it has given me such rigid thinking about what is a good way to work. And when other things come into the picture, which they will, because that's life, things happen that we can't expect. I don't get any work done because I'm like, that didn't go the way that I had it planned. So I might as well just push it off tomorrow and have a big productive day tomorrow. And that ends up making me less productive in my work and more stressed and all over the place. I guess what I'm saying is I want to be able to be productive without that rigid thinking and be able to say, hey, like, I'll go out and have fun, but I also have stuff that I need to do tomorrow, and I'm going to ensure that that still happens and that I put in good work. And I do think that it's good to like really like tunnel yourself in some days and like have a super productive work day, but I don't think that it needs to be every day. And that's the point that I was at. And I still am at. I mean, even today, I was like, oh, I have this idea. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be super productive and I'm going to run these errands and I'm going to get everything set up for this. And it's going to be just big work day. Whenever I get motivated about something, I just want to dive headfirst into that and put all of my attention towards it and leave out everything else. But I'm finding that over time, that's giving me burnout because I don't take breaks. And I have found in the past when I do take breaks, I end up making more ideas and I get time to sit with my thoughts. And I usually end up being more productive in the long run because I had that opportunity to step away. And, Halloween is at the end of this month, which always makes me want to go out anyways because I want to go to Halloween parties and it's my favorite time of the year. But I'm hoping that maybe before that, I can find a balance and maybe just do little things to get myself out. And I don't know, it's hard when you get hooked on a cycle and actively trying to break that cycle is difficult, but hey, maybe it'll get easier. Maybe it won't. And I guess I'll keep you updated. I don't know. I just feel like I rambled about a bunch of BS, but if you listened all the way through, thanks. Maybe you relate to these things. Maybe you're like, what the hell is she talking about? But if you liked this style of video, let me know because I kind of want to make more of these. They feel good and right and true to me and who I am. This topic of not having a social battery is just something that's been on my mind lately, and I wanted to talk about it. And maybe also comment some other topics that you'd like me to touch on because I think that would be fun and helpful for me. Okay, well, until next time. Bye.